G'day. How much could you possibly spend attending the Monaco Grand Prix, the jewel in the F1 crown? Well, I've done some calculations and I can tell you, it will astound you. And for the sake of this exercise, I'll assume that you're coming from London. And given you're probably a multi-millionaire, you won't be coming commercial. You'll be going out to London City Airport and flying private. More in 8 seconds' time. So how much for a private charter from London to Nice, which is the closest airport to Monaco? I found Lunajet offering a quote of just over 8,700 euros. Now, that's for 5 people. So you might drag a couple of friends along with you, or you might just soak up that extra room for yourselves. A couple of hours after taking off, you're landing into Nice Airport, which is beautiful, but you won't be getting off at the commercial terminal, you'll be going to the private. And how hard is it to get a cab from there to Monaco? Doesn't matter, you won't be getting a cab, of course, because you'll be travelling via helicopter. It's a 7-minute trip. Monacair does it for 890 euros for the whole helicopter. Now, of course, if you want to share it with 3 or 4 other people, it'll be a lot cheaper, but chances are you will not want to be waiting around for others, so you'll be getting it all on your own. 7 minutes later, you're landing into Monaco at the heliport. And the good news is that the transfer from the heliport to your hotel is included. But which hotel will you be staying at? I'll tell you in just a moment. Firstly, I need to thank Canity.com, the world's best online staff training platform. Hundreds of short, sharp videos designed to have you and your team wowing customers in no time. Head to Canity.com and have a look. Anyway, back to your accommodation. You'll probably be staying here at the Hotel de Paris. This is a gorgeous hotel. It's right on the track, and F1 Experiences has a delightful suite for you here. Get this, 43,000 euros, and that's not even for the penthouse. Mid-Thursday afternoon, you might head out around the local area here and you will find boutique after boutique, luxury products the likes of which you'll rarely see anywhere. Dinner Thursday night, well, you might head downstairs to Alain Ducasse's restaurant, which is Le Louis 15. This is a Michelin star restaurant, let there be no doubt, and totally gorgeous, very much over the top, Mediterranean cuisine. And I'm guessing you're probably going to spend 400 euros a head there. You probably have a bottle of Dom, around 700 euros, and a bottle of white, which will budget 300 for, and of course you're sharing that. And after dinner, you might pop along here to the casino and have yourself a little flutter. And let's say you, I don't know, drop a lazy 1,000. So that's your Thursday here in Monaco, a pretty full day, and you've gone through quite a bit of cash already. Friday is the first day of track action. But good news, your 43,000 euro suite at the Hotel de Paris includes breakfast. So you'll have brekkie, then head off to your first day of track action. And will you be sitting over there in one of those blue grandstands? No. Your assistant will have booked you an F1 Experiences yacht package on one of these magnificent yachts back here. You'll be taken to your super luxurious yacht by one of these little tenders, and you'll be parked in front of the Nouvelle Chicane. You'll also get a pit lane walk. F1 ambassadors come to you, and that's the likes of drivers and team principals and commentators, and they'll give you a bit of an inside story as to what the sport is like. You'll get fine food, obviously, and plenty of beverages, and you'll be mixing with a moneyed crowd of motoring and social enthusiasts. Oh, and note too that the boats move out 10 metres from the dock when the track action is happening. And what will you have paid for these 3-day tickets? 13,500 euros per person. Now, if you're a new fan to F1, perhaps you follow Ferrari, you want to get yourself some merchandise. So you'll probably pick up a couple of these t-shirts. You'll need a couple of caps. Maybe you'll buy a signed Gunter Steiner print from my website at kimillman.com. That's a couple of €100 and that'll be sent to your home. And after a big day on your yacht watching all of Friday's FP1 action, FP2 action, plus hearing all those speakers that come to your yacht and enjoying the food and beverages, you'll probably be eager to head back to the Hotel de Paris, shower, and get ready for dinner. Now, for dinner on Friday night, I can see you heading to the Monte Carlo Bay Hotel. It's a 2-star Michelin chef in charge there. Yes, you'll probably have to pick up a cab, maybe 30 euros each way. And it's only a couple of kilometres, but that's what you have to pay in Monaco for that. And you'll probably go for this menu for 320 euros a head. And look at this, the likes of sea snails, pigeon, piglet, and lamb. And that's no drinks either. You'll need to budget for, say, a couple of pina coladas, a bottle of champagne perhaps, and a bottle of wine. After a big day and a great meal, you're probably ready for a snooze. So it's back to the hotel and then bang, up early the next morning for the big day, Saturday. Quali day in Monaco. Again, you'll take the tender out to the boat. You'll be set up for the day there. Great food and beverages, lots of interesting folk to meet. At this stage, you're probably saying, why is this race so expensive? Well, there are certainly a lot fewer spectator vantage points than you'd get, say, at a Circuit of the Americas course. So you're not going to fit 110,000 people here on race day. There's also a lot of money in this region, and a lot of people just want to get along here and experience the glamour. Be honest with you, many don't care about the racing, and to be perfectly frank, you don't see a great deal of racing. It's pretty much a procession. Yes, pit stops play a very important part, but perhaps even more important part is qualifying on the Saturday afternoon. So you'll be watching that from your yacht, overlooking the Nouvelle Chicane and loving every minute of it. And then there's this one peculiar thing that happens only in Monaco, where all of the boats honk their horn, and I'm just struggling to work out whether that was on quali day or race day. Look in the comments below and people will clarify that. But the noise is amazing. Oh, and if Charles Leclerc ends up on pole, the noise will be absolutely crazy. Once all the day's finished, you head off the boat back to your hotel for a quick shower and freshen up. And then where are you having dinner on the Saturday night? Perhaps the Beef Bar. I've dined there a couple of times and it is fantastic. You probably got yourself a tomahawk for two, 480 euros. You would have got a bottle of red, some dessert, maybe even an entree. But your bill is going to be upwards of 700 euros. After dinner, I imagine you'll still be keen to kick on, so head back to the harbour, where there are a whole host of yachts with parties on board. You can't just roll up to one, you need to pre-book. And what will you pay for something like this opportunity? 900 euros each. And one of the things I think you'll love is when you're standing, say, on the top deck of your boat and you look down at all those people walking past, and it's a cavalcade of fascinating individuals. Most of them are dressed up to the nines. A lot of them have come from what's going on down at Rascasse, which is a full-on party venue. Of course, nothing like the 900 per head that you've paid, but then you're not getting quite the exclusivity. But it's a real fun feel on that Saturday night along the wharf. So come 1 or 2 a.m, I imagine you've had enough and you've headed back to the hotel for a good night's sleep. Once again, the free brekkie on Sunday. Well, I say free, you've already paid for it. And then it's back to your yacht for race day. And this is where you're thankful that you've paid quite a bit of money to be enjoying the exclusivity of watching the event from a yacht. And yes, you're really only getting a look at maybe a few hundred metres of the track. But from almost anywhere in Monaco, you can hear the racing going on. And when the race starts at just past 3 o'clock, you've got that expectation of the whole field coming down out of the tunnel, through Nouvelle Chicane and straight past you. That will have your full attention. Halfway through the race, you've probably lost a little bit of interest in what's going on track. And if so, there are plenty of things to distract you, not the least of which is what's going on other boats. But one thing you'll be happy about is by paying that money, and it is a lot of money, you're not stuck in a seat. You're not copping the full brunt of the sun. You're getting copious quantities of food and drink brought to you, and you're probably making a lot of friends. Come the end of your epic Monaco Grand Prix race day, it's back to the hotel and then out to dinner. Where are you going to dine? Perhaps here, to Le Mans, which has this beautiful view over the harbour here. You'll probably start with caviar and you'll go for 125 grams of beluga, followed by a rack of lamb each, and finish it off with a freshly made fruit platter. And yes, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money, but have a look at that view during the day, and at night, it's even better. And after your big dinner on Sunday night, you'll probably want to head out and finish the weekend off in fine style, and that'll mean a table at the Amber Lounge. Some of the drivers will join you there for the evening. You'll get a table for 10 right up the front, and look at the price for this. Your final night at the Hotel de Paris sees you fully rested on Monday morning, ready for your trip back to Nice Airport. And once again, you'll be grabbing that copter at 890 euros. Then you'll be taking your charter flight from Nice back to London City, and you're home in time for an evening meal. You've enjoyed 4 days at one of the greatest sporting events in the world, and you've done it in absolute style and luxury. Hats off to you, because most people will never be able to afford anything like this price for a sporting event. One final statistic, less than half of the people watching this video are not subscribers. Why? Please hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video, click the like button at the same time. You'll find all of my digital images at prostarpics.com. You'll find my F1 photo books, wall art, merchandise, and signed prints at kimillman.com. And for my best images live from the track and during the week, go to Instagram and search my name at Kim Illman. Thanks for watching, and stay passionate. And for the sake of
Vas-y,
this...
ça va, vas-y, on s'appelle après.
Shush.